All right, guys. So stories like this is why I am very, very, very quickly losing faith in the direction that our society is headed. Okay. And I know some of you guys may say, how have you not already lost all faith? Well, listen, I try to be an optimist. Okay. I'm trying to be optimistic, but there's no room for optimism when I see things like what I'm about to explain to you guys right now. Because the other day I was on Twitter and I ran across a extremely disturbing video, of a little girl who probably is no more than 4 or 5 years old, max, if that, twerking in the middle of Times Square. I'm talking about hands on the knees, twerking, okay, with a crowd of people around her, egging her on. Okay, let me repeat that. A 4 to 5 year old girl, max, had her hands on her knees twerking in the middle of Times Square. Or at the very least, it looked like she was twerking. Okay, I'm going to explain more about that later in the dance that she may have actually been doing. But regardless, she had a crowd of people egging her on, celebrating this. And I quote tweeted and I said, our society is going to hell in a hand basket. Okay, we're living in modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, no doubt about it, okay, but I try to be optimistic. That most people know that is wrong, right? Most people are disgusted when they see something like that, but lo and behold, I was wrong, because we have blue check Pete Dominick, who apparently is a stand-up comedian and is allegedly a father of 2 daughters. And I say alleged father of 2 daughters because this guy basically went on Twitter and asked, why is it an issue for a little girl to be twerking in the middle of Times Square in front of a bunch of adults? This man legitimately does not see the problem with it. Okay? And this is making me lose faith. Okay, it really is. Because, you think that liberals and conservatives can agree on some things, right? There's some things that we both can come together and say, no, this is wrong. But apparently this is not it. This is coming from a blue check. As he says in response to the video, quote, right-wing lunatics are losing their mind over a toddler dancing. They think adults who encourage this should be arrested. I think this kid is great and see no issue with it at all. Bruh, WTF. Somebody explain to me what's going on. And guys, I have to censor this, right? I have to censor this because it's that bad, right? It's that disgusting that I don't even feel comfortable playing a video on this platform. This man is asking, a father of 2 daughters is asking, what is the problem with a child, a toddler, twerking in the middle of Times Square in front of a bunch of adults, some of whom are men? It's hard to believe you have 2 daughters, bro. Either that or you are a sick, twisted individual. And, that's probably it. Because this man, he doubles down. He doubles down on this. He keeps tweeting. He says, someone explain to me what is wrong with a child twerking. I still do not understand. What is the concern? Bruh, do you understand the definition of twerking? And if he didn't, I hope he read his mentions, because people with common sense in his mentions said the definition of twerking is sexually suggestive dancing characterized by rapid, repeated hip thrusts and shaking of the buttocks, especially while squatting. Again, this is sexualized dancing. So this dude, right, this blue check comedian, right? I don't even know if I can call him a comedian, really. Sick person is what I really should call him, right? Does not see a problem with children dancing in sexually suggestive ways. And people want to say, well, she's not really twerking. She's doing an African dance. It just looked like she's twerking. I'm like, no. This dude thinks she's twerking, right? He said it. He said, what is wrong with a child twerking? Okay? Twerking by definition is sexual, right? That's the definition. It is sexualized. So it doesn't matter what dance she was really trying to do. What he thought like everybody else that saw that video thought, is that she was twerking. That's what it looked like. I wonder will he be okay with his two daughters when they were toddlers twerking in front of a crowd of people, right? That includes men, right? And being celebrated for that, like they're in some type of Times Square strip club or something. I wonder would he be okay with that? Would he allow that? And if he would, then somebody need to call social services. We have an issue here. And he continues to double down on it, right? He says, you know what teaches bad-ish to little girls who want to dance in Times Square? Your church. It gets worse. Now he's trying to talk about little girls being in church is bad, that the church is teaching little girls bad things. I don't know what he's talking about. And again, my mind is blown. Where is he getting this from? Churches are not teaching little girls to dance sexually in front of men in public. That's not what church is teaching. Church generally are teaching people how to live a moral and just life. Now, whether or not you agree with all those teachings, hey, that's on you. But for the most part, that's the goal. For whatever reason, this blue check mark psychopath doesn't see that. He thinks that the church might be worse than this. Blows my mind. It gets worse. He continues to double down. You would think that all the replies, he would get that, bro, this ain't it, bro. This ain't it. This is not an opinion that you want to double and triple down on. But again, he continues to do that. He says, there's nothing wrong with female bodies moving around that is inherently sexual. And anyone who sees a child, quote, twerking and says it's sexual is putting that meaning on her. She's not putting it on herself. Oh my God. Oh my God. Bruh, did this man not just say that the child was twerking? Did he not just say what is wrong with children twerking? Did you not just say that? So obviously he saw that the child was twerking. And you know, by his definition, maybe he doesn't see twerking as sexual, but the definition of twerking is dancing in a sexualized way, right? In which you're moving your hips in a certain way. Okay, that's the definition. Don't get on me. Get on the people that define what twerking is. Okay, so it sounds to me like that's what you were thinking when you actually saw that video, that she was twerking. There are women who dance in strip clubs the way that little child was dancing. The way the camera was focused on that child was in a way that any normal person with a brain and that's decent in character would have a problem with. Now, in all fairness, okay, somebody on Twitter made me aware that the dance that the little girl was doing was like the Gawa dance or something like that, some African dance, okay, and that the little girl was doing it wrong, but it was cheer on anyways. Honestly, that don't look like that's what it was to me in that video. It looked like, you know, if you actually watch the video, that the people that was teaching her how to do the dance was not doing that dance. It looks like they was teaching her how to twerk. The dances are similar, but from what I've seen between twerking and that African dance, it don't look the same to me. And I could be wrong about this, right? I could be wrong, okay? Maybe they were teaching her how to do an African dance, but regardless, this man said he doesn't see a problem with a toddler twerking. We can't argue about what the definition of twerking is, okay? So regardless, I'm still right in principle in the sense that this man says he doesn't have a problem with toddlers twerking. And ultimately, this is probably a cultural relativism thing, okay? That's probably what this argument ultimately boils down to. But there are other dances that children can do, right? Like, the thing is, if children want to do patty cake, if they want to do ballet, if they want to do dancing that is not necessarily sexual in nature, I don't think anybody has an issue with that. Nobody has a problem with toddlers dancing. What we have a problem with is that there's a difference between dancing that's non-sexual in nature and dancing that is sexual in nature. Dancing that focuses on the sexual body parts of a woman or a girl. There's a completely different, those are two completely different things. Nobody's saying that children can't dance. But what we're saying is that it's wrong when you are teaching kids to dance in a way that is overtly sexual. And regardless of the whole cultural relativism thing, this guy specifically said he doesn't see a problem with toddlers twerking. Okay, so hey, I would hope that, again, regardless of whether or not the dance was an African dance or whatever, this dude said twerking, I would hope that the left and the right can come together on an agreement that toddlers twerking, which by definition is sexual, I would hope that they both agree that that is wrong and that we should not be teaching children to dance that way. Again, regardless of what the dance actually was, we know what it looked like, right? It looked like twerking, but anyways, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.